I'm so annoyed because I just finished filming 2 videos and they are probably already out. So I've changed angles because I need my desk. And I feel like this lighting is so much better because I'm using both like natural light and my artificial light ring light. So that's really annoyed me. But hey ho. For the guys that don't know me, my name is Taddy G, and this channel is all about me taking you guys along for the journey with me as I build this clothing brand. And for those of you that do know me, welcome back. Thank you so much for clicking yet another video. In today's video, we're gonna dive into registering your business as a limited company. I'm gonna go through the steps step by step. We're gonna go through it together and see, how far we can go. I registered my business back in 2018, and honestly, when I registered it, I had no idea what I was doing. I had no idea whether I was clicking the right things or anything along those lines. And I've worked with Osome in the past, and one service that I really like that they have is the fact that they will do this whole like registration process for you, so you will know that it's actually getting done properly, and it's the same price that you would pay, say, if you went onto Company's House and registered your business yourself. It's just that it's gonna get done properly by professionals. So I'm gonna have them linked in the description below so that you can go ahead and check them out and see whether that's something that you wanna consider. If I was me back then and I had to register my business again, I would probably actually just get them to do it for me, to be honest, even though I am one of those people that wants to do everything themselves, but sometimes leave it to the expert, sometimes outsource. Anyway, sorry for waffling. We're gonna jump onto my laptop. I'm gonna have to change the angle again, so I hope it still looks good. Let's hop into my laptop and we are gonna register a business together. So I'm gonna have this linked in the description so that you know exactly where to go, like say if you want to register your company yourself. So as you can see, this is the page that you're gonna see when you first get onto this website, and you can see all the information that they're gonna need from you. So like I mentioned, when you register your business, you get a certificate of incorporation, and this basically confirms that your company legally exists here in the UK. So in order to actually register your company as a limited company, you're gonna need 3 pieces of personal information, and as you can see here, these are some of the personal information that they accept. So like town of birth, mother's maiden name, father's first name, telephone number, national insurance number, passport number. And the cost to register or incorporate your business is £12, which can be paid using your card. So as mentioned, if you want Osome to do this for you, it is also £12. So that's how I was saying that it actually doesn't really make too much of a difference. There's also this additional information here saying that if you want to register for payee, which is how you'd pay staff, I believe, you can also use this service. So we're going to click register now, and we're going to click starting a new application, and they just want you to check this information before you start. So I believe they're going to ask you a bunch of questions to make sure that you're actually like using the right service and like eligible. So let's go to those questions. So they want to make sure that you're actually able to pay at the end. So of course I'm going to press yes. Are any of the directors or persons with significant control on the Company House secure register? The secure register is for victims of threatening behavior or violence who cannot risk having their home address information on the public register. When you register your business with Company's House, the address that you use is going to be on the public register. So just be mindful of that. But they are services that you are able to sign up to so that your private home address doesn't need to be on the public register. So in this case, we are going to click no. So now we're going to create a government gateway ID, and this is what you will use to log into Company's House. So I'm just going to use one of my email addresses that I don't typically use for the purposes of this video. I haven't shown you that part because there's a lot of private information that keeps on popping up that I don't think you need to see. So now Government Gateway has actually sent me a code to my email address, which I am going to type in now. Again, I can't show you that part. So we're going to click continue. So now they're going to ask for my full name. For the purposes of this video, my name is going to be Tayton Sin Claire. At the end of this, obviously we're not actually going to register a business, so it doesn't really matter, I guess. We're going to make up a password and click continue. And here is my government gateway ID. Again, I'm not going to show you that just in case it's sensitive information, but I would suggest that you probably like screenshot this so that you just always like sort of have it. So anyway, continue. So this is just all about signing in and security and all of that stuff. So I like to opt for like text messages. So I'm going to add my phone number in there, which I'm going to blur out because I don't need you guys calling me, do I? So they have now sent me a text message with another code. So there's a lot of security before we get to, you know, the nitty gritty of what I need them to do basically here. So we have now set up our additional security. They're now asking what email address I want to use for this application. So I'm going to use the email address that I registered company to. So here they're asking, what is my relationship to the company? If you're the director, in this case, you would click director. If you're the secretary, you would click secretary, blah, blah, blah. So in my case, I'm going to click company director and save and continue. Will this company be a community interest company? So they've given a little bit of information what that means. So this is a special type of company that exists to benefit the community. So in our case, I'm just going to click no because I don't think that it is a community interest company. But this is where like an accountant can come into place because then you can be sure that the answer should be no. So here they are asking whether or not the company will be limited by shares or guarantee. When I registered Shopify, I done limited by shares. So limited by share is the most common type of company. If the owner ever wants to take profits from the company, choose limited by shares. So it does give you a bit of guidance. And then obviously limited by guarantee is mainly for like charities and clubs. So we're going to go with limited by shares. So this is where we're going to come up with a company name. I'm going to call it Teddy G. And to check whether the company name exists as part of a trademark, you can click here, make sure you open it in another tab because it's going to come off the page. And you can basically use this tool to search a trademark. I like to search by keyword, phrase, or image. And you can basically type in your company's name and search whether that's been trademarked. Anyway, it's going to be Teddy G Limited. You can change how you want the ending to be, whether you want it to be limited or LTD. I'm just going to keep it as limited and continue. Now it's going to ask where your company's registered office address is going to be, and you're going to fill that in. Obviously, I'm not going to show you guys this part. So this is the part where you want to avoid putting your home address in. So you can use like companies that offer registered office address. As mentioned before, Osome does offer the service of registered and virtual company address, and this means that your home address won't need to be used and put on the public domain. I'll be sure to have this service linked in the description. We're going to continue. They're going to ask where the company is going to be registered. So obviously if you're in England and Wales, you're going to click England and Wales. If you're in Northern Ireland, you're going to click Northern Ireland, etc. So I'm in England and Wales, so I'm going to click continue. Where is the main bulk of the business going to take place? I'm going to click the address that I put, and they want an additional number as to how to get into contact with me. So I'm going to put my mobile number here. They are asking, is the new company replacing another business? This includes if you're buying another company or changing from a sole trader or business partnership to a limited company. In this case, because I'm registering Teddy G, obviously currently Teddy G is a sole trader. So in this case, I would click yes. But for the purposes of this video, I'm actually going to click no because I feel like most of you are just going to be starting from just registering. So I'm going to click no and continue. When will the company start trading? This is when the company starts buying or selling goods and services, even if it's not yet making a profit. In my case, I'm just going to click the top one. So in the first 3 months, will the company do any of the following? In some situation, a company may need to account for income tax. The most common situations are listed below. Tell us if the company will pay interest on any non-bank loans, for example, to a director who has loaned the company money. This is where I feel like things start to get complicated and when I would want to speak to an accountant because I don't understand what they're actually trying to ask me here. Are you going to make royalty payments, for example, using somebody else's patent? Probably not. Are you going to receive interest or dividend payments from overseas investments? Probably not. It's just that top one that I'm a bit unsure of. I would probably click no. I don't know. This is when having somebody do this for you comes into it, like, is a good thing. What will the company be doing? So I'm going to start off by typing clothing and seeing what comes up. So the retail sale of clothing is probably what I will click, but you can also add additional business activities as well. So I'm going to type that clothing again, because as you can see, other bits came up. So wholesale and this, I'll probably click that as well and save that. Has anyone on this application ever sent a secure register form to ask Companies House for protection? I'm gonna click no, save and continue. So now it wants the details of the directors. So I'm going to put my alias, which is Tayton Sinclair. I have no middle name. Has a director used a different name for business purposes in the last 20 years? I have not. Nationality, I'm gonna put British. Date of birth, I'm gonna put 20th of June 1990. And job title, I'm gonna put, I don't know what I am. I'm a content creator. Who am I? I don't know who I am, guys. I feel like they're quite limited with the roles here. Let's put consultant, because I do some consultancy here on YouTube, don't I? So save and continue. Here they're asking, what are my correspondence address? You can use a business or home address, and it doesn't have to be in the UK. So I'm going to use the address that I used, and I'm going to save and continue. So what is the home address for Tayton Sinclair? Tell us where the person lives. Only give a business address if they also live there. So this is when you have to provide a different address. Will this be publicly available? This address won't be publicly available on Companies House online unless it is used for the company registered office address or the person's correspondence address. So here you can, I believe, put your home address. I am actually gonna click the one that I put already, because this ain't real. Does Tayton Sinclair want to receive filing reminder emails? Yes, I do. So they're asking what email address you want that to, so I'm just gonna stick to the email address I registered to. Do I want to add another director? So that's if there's another director in your company, that's when you're gonna add them and probably go through that entire process again. So I am going to click no. Now it's asking us to check all our details, confirm the details, confirm, and save and continue. And now we're gonna set up our online filing authorization of the company, which I'm a bit skeptical about, because I'm not sure whether we're getting too deep into this, like actually becoming a real company. Do you want the directors to be digitally authorized to file online for the company? You would, because you would want to be able to file your accounts online. So I'm going to click yes, and it's going to be Tayton Sinclair, of course. Do I have an existing Companies House web filing? If you do, of course you'd click yes. If you don't, you click no. Which email address has Tayton Sinclair? I'm going to keep the same email address for everything so things don't get confusing. Now it's asking to check the information, and we're going to save and continue. Now we're about to set up the company's shareholders. They want us to tell them who the company shareholders are, tell us how many shares you want to give them, choose a value for each share, and confirm the shareholders and shares you have created. This is the bit where I just winged it, guys. When I did it the first time around, I winged this whole thing. I just said, yes, I am a shareholder, whatever that means. But when you register your company as a limited company, limited by shares, you do have to have a shareholder. So I'm gonna say no, I ain't got no other shareholder, thank you very much. It's asking me to check the information. I'm gonna confirm. Do you want to use the most common type of shares? Yeah, because I don't know anything about anything, so I'm gonna click yes, save and continue. How many shares does Tayton Sinclair own? As the only shareholder, I'm gonna own 100% of them, so let's call it 1 share. Choose the value of the share, a quid. Again, like, these are the parts that I don't really understand, so I was just winging it when I registered my business. This is when like a company like Osome is awesome. Sorry, I just had to. You're about to set up a person with significant control of the company. I am the only person that's going to have significant control because I am the only person that is a part of this business. So I'm just going to click yes for these following questions. So I'm going to click yes and continue. Now it's saying models of article association. I don't know what this means. All limited companies must have rules or whatever. You can either write your own one or use their one. So I'm just going to use their one, I guess. Okay, now this is where I'm going to stop. I don't know what's going to come after this, but it's basically saying, do you agree to form this company? So unfortunately, I don't know what's going to come after this page. So that's where I'm going to stop. I don't know whether this video has been even remotely helpful for you guys, but I guess I've probably covered quite a lot of the application process. It's probably like a couple more pages after this, I believe. I don't know. This is where legalities start, so I don't want to dabble in that because Tate and Sinclair doesn't even exist. I really hope that this video has been helpful and you've seen a little bit of, you know, registering a business here in the UK and some of the things they're going to ask. If you're like not sure, I'm going to have Osome linked below so that, you know, they can assist you because that's basically like what they do. Yeah, I hope I don't get into trouble for doing that, guys. I just genuinely just wanted to show you guys the process. I'm not saying in any way, shape or form that I'm a professional in any of this. Like with the way I was talking, you should be able to know that I'm not a professional in this. I just wanted to go through it and see how it's done, whether there's things like change and all that sort of thing. But yeah, thank you so much for tuning in and watching this video. I will catch you guys in my very next video.